Hi, I'm Robert LeBlanc. Welcome to Catholic Moment. Does your family have a patron saint? I mean, does your family have a favorite saint that you like to turn to in prayer? A saint that you like to ask to bring your prayers and your needs before God? My family is actually blessed to have two patron saints. Saint Anne, the Mother of Our Lady, and Saint Michael the Archangel, the Prince of the Heavenly Hosts. Now, when I talk about our family having a patron saint or having a couple of patron saints, people will often ask me, well, how did you choose your patron saints? How did you come about selecting Saint Anne and Saint Michael to be the patron saints of your family? And when people ask me this question about choosing a patron saint for your family, I'll actually say to them, well, you know what? You don't choose the patron saint for your family. The patron saint chooses your family. Now let me explain using the examples of Saint Anne and Saint Michael the Archangel, who are our family patron saints. See, with Saint Anne, when I was a young boy growing up and we would go to visit my grandmama and my family, so my mother and father and my sister and I were given my grandmama's bedroom to sleep over in, I was always fascinated by this statue that she had in her room. I was fascinated by the statue of La Bonne Sainte Anne, who my grandmama had sitting on her dresser, overlooking the foot of her bed. Now, as I grew older and our visits to my grandmama became fewer and fewer, I kind of lost interest in Saint Anne and actually kind of lost track of the statue of La Bonne Sainte Anne from my grandmama's bedroom. Until one day, when my own mother asked my wife and I if we would like to have the statue of Saint Anne that came from her mother-in-law's bedroom. And of course, my wife and I jumped at the chance to have such a beautiful statue of such a wonderful saint in our home. And now Saint Anne actually has a pride of place in our dining room, watching over the table where we meet as a family and we share those memories of visits to my grandmamas. Now, this isn't the only way in which St. Anne was telling us that she was choosing our family to be the patroness of. My father-in-law, my wife's father, is from the small island of Saint-Georges in the Azores Islands. And in his tiny village on Saint-Georges, the patroness of the village church is Santa Anna, Saint Anne, the Mother of Our Lady. And we were blessed a few years ago to be on St. George Island during the feast day of Santa Anna, and we joined in the festivities in the village for their patron saint. And we went to the high mass in the beautiful little church in his village with fireworks at the consecration. And this was then followed by a procession through the town streets that were decorated with beautiful floral carpets as we were led by a statue of Santa Anna, followed by Our Lady of Fatima. So you see from both sides of our family, from my wife's side and from my side, Santa Anna, has already been watching over our family for generations. Now when it comes to Saint Michael the Archangel, well, our son, his name is Michael, which we realize isn't much of a coincidence since my wife's brother is also a Michael, and my sister is a Michelle, and I even have a Michael as a great-grandfather. But that's not just where the calling or the whispering of St. Michael ends. My mother-in-law was born on the island of San Miguel in the Azores, on St. Michael's Island. And so again, we can see how through the generations, St. Michael the Archangel has been watching over our family from both my side of the family and from my wife's side of the family. And that's a pretty good thing too, because I couldn't even tell you the number of times that I've personally called on St. Michael the Archangel to defend me in the day of spiritual battle. And so, if your family is in the process of finding a patron saint, if your family is in the process of looking for a saint to bring your prayers and your needs before God, I would actually encourage you to look through your family history, to look for who is the saint that has been watching over your family for generations. Who is the saint that has already chosen to be the patron of your family? Because remember, your family isn't going to choose a patron saint, but I can guarantee you a saint has already chosen your family. I'm Robert LeBlanc, and this has been a Catholic Moment.
Plenicium filii et terra, gloria Deo.
Hey, thank you for watching Catholic Moment. If you've made it this far in the video, then I pray that you've found something that has helped deepen your relationship with Christ and has helped bring you closer to our Lord through the Catholic Church. If you'd like to hear more from Catholic Moment, I'd invite you to click subscribe below and hit the little bell, or swing by catholicmoment.ca to subscribe to our mailing list, or like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter at Catholic Moment 7. Until then, may God bless and protect you and your families.